The morning in Greenwich begins with its usual tranquility. As maid's cars arrive one after another along Round Hill Road, lined with newly built luxury homes, I am already reviewing today's property listings in my home office. Mom, I solved this quiz. Noah proudly holds up his math workbook. He turned 6 this year. A first grader at Brunswick School, he consistently maintains top grades in his class. The neighbors often comment that his refined features resemble Michael's, while his intelligent gaze takes after mine. That's wonderful, Noah. I gently pat my son's head while checking the wall clock. 8:15, it's almost time to leave for school. It's been 5 years since we moved into this house. Round Hill Road, one of Greenwich's most prestigious residential areas, is a neighborhood favored by hedge fund managers and investment bankers. Our new 5-bedroom house was a choice that leveraged both our strengths as a couple. As a top real estate agent at Sotheby's International Realty and with Michael as a vice president at Goldman Sachs, our household income easily exceeds $800,000. April, I'll be late for a meeting today. Don't worry about dinner for me. Michael, freshly showered and dressed in a navy suit, comes down the stairs. He maintains his youthful physique through weekend tennis. With his mild temperament and intellectual demeanor, he's highly regarded at Goldman Sachs. Lately, he's been so busy with work that family time has decreased. In turn, Michael's mother Patricia's presence has become more pronounced. Patricia has a 30-year career as head nurse at a prestigious Manhattan hospital. With her refined demeanor and expensive attire, she commands respect in Greenwich's social circles. She visits weekly as Noah's tutor. Her performance as the education-minded grandmother appears to be an enviable, ideal relationship to everyone. But the reality is different. April, this bookshelf arrangement isn't educational. You should consider age-appropriate placement. The kitchen spice management is quite lax with expiration dates. Shouldn't Noah have more extracurricular activities? When Michael isn't around, Patricia's criticisms are relentless. I remember meeting Michael for the first time 8 years ago at a luxury apartment open house. I fell in love at first sight with him when he visited as a client, and after 3 months of dating, we got engaged. Patricia strongly opposed her son's marriage at first. He's too young. He should focus on his career. There must be better matches out there. Those words still ring in my ears. Though she appears to have accepted me on the surface, the essence hasn't changed. Nevertheless, our life has been going well. We hold membership at the Greenwich Country Club and serve on the local education board. We never miss charity events and have established our position in social circles. I exchange greetings with familiar staff at Whole Foods Market, 5 minutes away by car, and enjoy tea with Greenwich Academy parents within walking distance. Noah, Grandma is coming today too. It's the weekly tutoring day. Noah nods with sparkling eyes. His genuine excitement about his grandmother's visit tugs at my heart. I want to be a perfect mother. I want to be a first-class real estate agent. I want to be an ideal wife. But when Patricia's shadow is there, it all feels like a burden. Her critical gaze on my parenting. Her words pointing out every detail of housework. Her two-faced nature, playing the loving mother-in-law in front of Michael. I'm off. Noah waves cheerfully as he heads out the door. As I watch him climb onto the Brunswick school bus, I heave a deep sigh. A life that appears flawless on the surface, envied by everyone. But how long can this delicate balance be maintained? A quiet morning in the luxury neighborhood. Behind the seemingly perfect daily life, something was definitely starting to crumble. An excellent choice, April. Patricia smiles elegantly at the sample cake shown by the Whole Foods cake designer. But her eyes aren't smiling. Tomorrow is Noah's 6th birthday party. I chose a science experiment theme to nurture my son's intellectual curiosity. The cake is a custom 3-tier creation, with fondant laboratory equipment on the top tier, chocolate DNA double helix decorations on the middle tier, and chemical formulas around the base. Of course, it's already been adapted for classmates with peanut allergies. But isn't this blue shade a bit garish? Something more refined. I suppress a sigh. This is the 3rd revision request, with less than 24 hours until the party. Patricia, Noah chose this design himself. My mother-in-law's expression clouds for a moment, but she quickly composes herself. Yes, Noah's preferences are most important. Our spacious living room on Round Hill Road is already filled with decorations from Party City. DNA models hanging from the ceiling, periodic table posters on the walls, test tube-shaped drink holders. A laboratory-themed backdrop has been set up as a photo spot where children can take pictures wearing lab coats. A large tent has been erected in the garden for a professional science show. Safe experiment kits from Scientific Explorer have been prepared for all participants. The party favor bags include 1-year subscriptions to National Geographic Kids. The invitation font seems rather childish. Patricia traces her finger over an invitation placed on the kitchen counter. 10 classmates and their parents, plus 5 neighboring families we're close with. The party will have about 30 people in total. Well, it is a 6-year-old's birthday party. While responding, I do a final check of the organic finger foods. Mini quiches, colorful vegetable sticks, fruit platters. All items worthy of Greenwich's upper-class families. If you're thinking of Noah's best interests, it should be more educational. Just then, the sound of footsteps running down the stairs interrupts. Grandma. Noah jumps into Patricia's arms. Instantly, my mother-in-law's expression softens. Oh, my precious boy. You must be so excited for tomorrow. Yes. I can't wait for all my friends to come. My son's innocent smile warms my heart. Everything is worth it for this smile. Noah, have you finished your homework? Patricia's voice takes on its stern tone again. Still have math. Well then, let's work on it together with Grandma. As I watch them disappear into the study, I return to the preparations. Michael will be late again tonight. Recently, it's become normal for him to leave early and return late. Sitting on the living room sofa, I review the checklist. Catering, decorations, activities, presents. Everything must be perfect. Reputation in Greenwich's social circles can be affected by even a children's party. April, the tablecloth color, this ivory is a bit. Patricia returns, elegantly swishing the hem of her favorite dress, with Noah holding his math workbook behind her. Mom, I'm so excited for tomorrow. My son's innocent voice moistens my heart. Yes, This is a 6-year-old's birthday party. Patricia's perfect grandmother act, her strict educational policies, social reputation, none of these are essential. But something feels unsettling. The muttering I heard from the study earlier won't leave my mind. At this rate, she'll ruin that child. Who was she talking about? Night falls. Patricia insisted on helping until the end and stayed. April, let's reconsider the present table arrangement. The clock has already passed 9 p.m. Even professional party planners would have gone home by now. But my mother-in-law's perfectionism doesn't stop. Patricia, we have an early start tomorrow. This is an important day for Noah. Are you planning to cut corners? I didn't have the energy left to argue with those words. The eyes of Greenwich Academy parents. Brunswick School's reputation. Are standing at the Greenwich Country Club. Everything weighs heavily on my shoulders. Mom, are you still up? A small voice comes from upstairs. Noah peeks down the stairs in his pajamas. Oh, dear boy. It's bedtime. Patricia hurries to Noah. Her panic is quite unlike her usual dignified manner. Grandma, can I wear the scientist coat at tomorrow's party? Yes, of course. But now. I'm so excited. I'll teach my friends all about the experiments. My son's eyes are shining. Pure curiosity about science. Excitement about sharing knowledge with friends. Yes, this is what a 6-year-old's birthday party should be about. Eventually, Noah was led back upstairs by Patricia. I remain alone in the living room. The experiment kits prepared for tomorrow cast shadows in the moonlight. Scientific explorer's glowing experiment set. The safety is perfect. Yet somehow, anxiety lingers. My phone vibrates. A message from Michael. Working late again. Mom's helping with party prep, right? I didn't feel the need to respond. My husband is satisfied as long as surface peace is maintained. After a while, Patricia comes back downstairs. Noah's asleep. He really is such a bright child. There's a kind of possessiveness in her tone. As if Noah were her child, not mine. Yes, he is. Tomorrow will be a wonderful party. I guarantee it. Those words somehow sound ominous. Late at night, after finishing all preparations and returning to the bedroom, I review tomorrow's schedule once more. Start at 3 p.m. Science show at 4 p.m. Cake cutting at 5 p.m. Despite the perfect preparations, my chest feels tight. Something will change at this party. That premonition just won't go away. The next morning was unusually crisp. Sunlight filtered through the trees along Round Hill Road, making last night's anxiety seem like an illusion. 6 a.m. I was already awake before the alarm clock rang. Noah's 6th birthday. The start of a special day. April, starting preparations already. Michael looks up at me with sleepy eyes. He had worked until late last night again. Yes, the party starts at 3 p.m. Mom said she'd help, right? I feel a moment of hesitation at those words. But today, there's no time to dwell on such feelings. When I go down to the kitchen, Patricia is already there. Perfect makeup and an elegant two-piece outfit. Acting like the lady of the house. Good morning, April. Have you reconfirmed the catering company's arrival time? She starts checking the list without even exchanging greetings. Patricia, it's only 6:30. Perfect preparation takes time. Just then, small footsteps are heard from upstairs. Mom. It's my birthday today. Noah comes running down the stairs, dressed in new clothes. In his navy blazer, white shirt, and chino pants, he looks like a little gentleman. The coordination, quite similar to Brunswick School's uniform, must be Patricia's taste. Happy birthday, darling. Patricia is the first to embrace Noah. Her gesture hints at something possessive. I've prepared a special breakfast. What my mother-in-law brings out is Whole Foods special organic pancakes. The number 6 is drawn with blueberries and maple syrup. Wow, amazing! My son's eyes sparkle. His pure joy softens my heart a little. After breakfast, preparations begin in earnest. Party City staff start final decoration checks. Whole Foods delivers the cake and refreshments. Scientific Explorer experiment kits are checked one by one. April, those experiment kit placements could be more educational. Patricia's instructions continue. But today, even that doesn't bother me. The laboratory-style photo spot in the garden. The DNA model hanging in the living room. Everything should stimulate my son's intellectual curiosity. As afternoon approaches, the first guests begin to arrive. Classmates from Brunswick School and their families. Neighborhood children attending Greenwich Academy. The house gradually becomes lively with refined adults and excited children. Amazing! It's like a real laboratory. I want to try on the lab coat. Can't wait for the science show. Amid the children's cheers, Patricia quietly disappears into the kitchen. I'll prepare a special drink. In her hands is an unfamiliar bottle of orange juice. Where's this from? A high-end organic shop in New York. I specially ordered it for Noah. As I feel something off about those words, the doorbell rings. Mom, my friends are here. When I turn at my son's voice, I catch a glimpse of Patricia's expression distorting for just a moment. But it's only for an instant. The perfect grandmother's smile quickly returns. Well then, let's make this a wonderful party. Her voice sounds somehow hollow. Children's laughter echoes through Greenwich's quiet luxury neighborhood. Behind this seemingly perfect party, something was beginning to move, unnoticed by anyone. Now, it's cake time. Patricia's voice rings out over the children's excited cheers at the science show. The kids' eyes sparkle at the chemical reaction demonstrations by Scientific Explorer staff. I check the clock. Time for the scheduled cake cutting. The special order Whole Foods cake is like a work of art. Laboratory equipment in fondant, chocolate DNA double helix decorations, and chemical formulas around the base. 6 candles ready to be lit. Noah, stand in the center position. Michael readies his camera. It's been a while since I've seen such a fatherly expression from him. Children gather around the cake. Some running over still wearing lab coats, others with experiment goggles perched on their heads. Future scientists from Brunswick School and Greenwich Academy. I survey the room. An elegant party scene worthy of a Round Hill Road luxury home. Parents engage in refined conversation while positioning smartphones and digital cameras. The laboratory-themed living room is wrapped in an intellectual, sophisticated atmosphere. Is everyone ready? At the party planner's signal, the lights dim. In the darkness, 6 candles are lit one by one. That's when Patricia returns from the kitchen. Orange juice in hand. Noah, special juice. Grandma chose it for you. The cake is lit, and happy birthday begins. Children's singing voices. Parents' camera flashes. Everything seems like a perfect birthday page. Noah, drink this first. The glass Patricia offers. The high-end organic shop label gleams even in the darkness. Thank you, Grandma. Noah takes the glass. At that moment, anxiety flashes through my mind. The strange feeling since last night. Mother-in-law's behavior in the kitchen. And that muttering. As the singing reaches its peak, Noah takes a sip of juice. Mom. Suddenly, my son looks at me. And winks. My heart nearly stops. Noah has never winked at me before. Noah. The next moment, my son's body slowly tips forward. The 6 candle flames flicker with his movement. A small body in a lab coat collapses in front of the special Whole Foods cake. Noah. My scream cuts through the darkness. Someone call an ambulance. Michael's voice. Children's screams. Parents' agitated voices. Party planner's instructions. Everything swirls into chaos. Amidst it all, only one person stands quietly. Patricia. Her expression shows neither surprise nor agitation. As if everything is going according to plan. In a space surrounded by model laboratory equipment, the 6-year-old's birthday party careens in a direction no one expected. Holding my collapsed son, I desperately try to understand the meaning of that wink. Did he know something? Or was this part of his grandmother's perfect plan too? Sirens approach. The sound of emergency vehicles rings discordantly through Round Hill Road's quiet residential area. April, I'll accompany him. Patricia's voice comes through the chaos. Her voice carries its usual authority and something triumphant. I'm a former nurse, I'll handle talking to the doctors. Michael places his hand on my shoulder. Mother's right. You take care of things here. There's no time to argue. In the living room, panicked children cry while parents anxiously hold their phones. But I should. April, leave this to me. Paramedics place Noah on a stretcher. The small body leaves my arms. The orange juice glass falls from my unconscious son's hand. That glass, as evidence. I cry out instinctively. The paramedic silently nods, storing the glass in a preservation bag. Patricia's expression tightens for just a moment. Hurry to the hospital. Michael and Patricia climb into the ambulance. I stand frozen, listening to the sirens fade away. Brunswick school parents approach with worried expressions. I'm so sorry. The party. Of course. We pray for your child's well-being. Invited guests begin preparing to leave. Children, still wearing expressions of excitement and fear, start removing their lab coats at their parents' urging. Shall I keep this? The Greenwich Academy PTA president points to the orange juice bottle on the table. Yes, please. Party City staff begin cleaning up, and Scientific Explorer experiment kits are packed back into boxes. The luxurious decorations, DNA model, and laboratory backdrop all seem empty now. My phone rings. It's Michael. We've arrived at Greenwich Hospital. Mother is talking with the doctor. Noah's still unconscious. Just then, another call comes in. Hello, this is Greenwich Hospital Emergency Department. Mrs. Wilson. Yes. Your son has regained consciousness. And he's made an important statement. My heart races. Noah managed to spit out the juice he held in his mouth. He said, "Please test this juice." So that wink. We're conducting emergency tests now. And the doctor pauses, choosing his words carefully. We've detected sleeping medication components. We'll need to report this to Child Protective Services. At that moment, all the pieces fit together. Patricia's muttering last night. Her unnatural movements in the kitchen. The high-end organic shop label. And my son's warning wink. I'm coming right away. I look around the living room. The remnants of a glamorous birthday party. 6 unlit candles, the special order cake untouched. The science-themed decorations look down at me almost ironically. Heading to the entrance, I kept thinking. Why would she do this? Why to my son? And does Michael realize? Greenwich at dusk. Another car's engine breaks the silence of the luxury residential area. Not an ambulance this time. My SUV heads toward Greenwich Hospital. In the rearview mirror, the silhouette of our house. Beneath the perfectly maintained surface, something had definitely broken beyond repair. Detective footsteps echo through Greenwich Hospital's corridor. The police, responding to Child Protective Services report, showed surprisingly quick action. Mrs. Wilson, may we speak with you? A detective quietly approaches. Behind him, Patricia talks with the doctor. Her attempt to maintain dignity as a former head nurse now seems painful to watch. Actually, we've received important testimony from your son. In the examination room, Noah sits curled up small on the bed. Michael, unable to end his phone call, continues his conversation with clients in the hallway. Noah, can you tell us one more time? At the gentle female detective's voice, my son gives a small nod. Last night, I heard Grandma talking on the phone. Noah's voice trembles. She said, "Tomorrow, I'll get rid of that child." Who was she talking to? I don't know. But it was a scary voice. A voice I'd never heard before. Just then, there's a commotion in the hallway. This is an illegal search. Patricia's angry shout. Another detective returns, reporting in a low voice. We found large quantities of sleeping medication at the suspect's home. Multiple bottles of high-end organic juice too, with replaced labels. My head spins at this unbelievable development. Mrs. Wilson, we have sufficient evidence. Now we just need to establish the motive. At that moment, Patricia suddenly bursts into the examination room. Her expression is no longer that of the perfect grandmother. I did it all. A quiet confession. But her voice shows no regret. That child stole my precious son. April, you understand nothing. Patricia's eyes take on a maniacal gleam. Michael is my son. My treasure, raised in a perfect home. Yet you took everything from him. His career, his time, and now Noah too. Noah should be raised by me. I can't leave him to a half-baked mother like you. At that moment, we hear Michael drop his phone. From the hallway, his son's unbelieving expression. Mother, what have you? Yes, you didn't notice either. How perfect a mother I was. How many sacrifices I made to raise you. Police officers approach Patricia. Time for arrest. Wait. Noah's small voice freezes the room. Grandma, why? I love Mom so much. At those words, Patricia's expression crumbles for the first time. I was going to be the perfect grandmother. But that child. In Greenwich Hospital's luxurious examination room. Even this place now feels wrapped in an bizarre atmosphere. Patricia just kept staring at us with a contemptuous gaze. That look seemed like the final resistance of a woman forever trapped in the illusion of being the perfect mother. Michael remains speechless, leaning against the wall. His world's image of the perfect mother crumbling before his eyes with an almost audible sound. Noah held my hand tightly. Mom, I'm sorry. I should have told you yesterday. No, you were very brave. You told me with that wink. Round Hill Road's luxury residential area. The quiet neighborhood near Greenwich Academy. The madness that everyone pretended not to notice behind the surface perfection had finally reached its limit. 3 months have passed. Greenwich's autumn shows deeper colors than usual. Mom, are you okay with today's meeting? Noah looks up at me worriedly. His Brunswick school uniform remains as neat as ever, but his expression has become much softer. Yes, I'm fine. Weekly family counseling. The specialist referred by Greenwich Hospital has been supporting our family's recovery. Patricia was indicted. The planned administration of sleeping medication resulted in serious criminal charges. Michael, though tormented by deep loss, is slowly beginning to look forward. I almost lost you both that day. My husband first shared his true feelings 2 weeks after the incident. I thought she was the perfect mother. But that was an illusion. The inside of our Round Hill Road house has gradually changed too. The experiment sets were put away, replaced by Noah's family drawings on display. What's going to happen to us? One day, my son asked timidly. We'll figure it out together. We don't need to be perfect. We just need to be a real family. At those words, Noah smiled with relief. Sometimes while walking near Greenwich Academy, I meet familiar society ladies. Their eyes mix sympathy with curiosity. But that doesn't bother me anymore. We chose genuine bonds over surface perfection. That was a choice we could be proud of. Is Dad coming home early today? Yes, I promise. Michael changed his work priorities. He came to value family time over his position at Goldman Sachs. Greenwich's luxury residential area. Within the unchanged streetscape, our family began weaving a new daily life. From a past pursuing perfection to a future with imperfect but genuine love. Perhaps this is one journey that many families experience. Patricia is serving her sentence in a Manhattan correctional facility. According to the lawyer, even considering her background as a former head nurse and her age, a minimum 5-year sentence is unavoidable. Sometimes letters arrive from the facility for Michael. Still trapped in her image of the perfect mother, she apparently continues trying to justify her actions. Mom just loved the wrong way. Michael says this as he puts the arrived letters in his desk drawer. He doesn't write back. That's the most he can manage right now. In Greenwich, Patricia's incident is gradually becoming a thing of the past. But our family won't forget. The danger of pursuing perfection too much. And that true love isn't necessarily perfect. This experience will surely make us stronger. As a family that can accept each other, even with imperfections.